Picture a paradise. This was Jersey in the 1960s, a picturesque island nestled in the English Channel, blissfully unaware of the darkness about to stain its shores. The idyllic tranquility of Jersey began to crumble, replaced by an insidious undercurrent of fear. The newspapers dubbed the unknown assailant the Beast of Jersey. Parents, once content to let their children roam freely, now kept them close, their hearts pounding with every creak of the floorboards. The Beast of Jersey craved more, his appetite for terror insatiable. His attacks, each one meticulously planned, escalated in brutality. The police, despite their tireless efforts, seemed powerless to stop him. Jersey, a name that conjured images of idyllic beauty, was a world unto itself. Rolling green hills gave way to dramatic cliffs, pounded by the relentless surf. But beneath the veneer of tranquility, a current of unease began to stir. The first attack came without warning, shattering the island's tranquility. A young woman vanished, her body later discovered, bearing marks of brutality. Fear began to seep into every corner of the island. The attacks continued, each more audacious, more terrifying. The beast reveled in psychological torment, leaving behind shattered lives. The question on everyone's lips was no longer if he would strike again, but when and who would be next. The Beast of Jersey was a hunter of the innocent, his prey carefully chosen. Children, teenagers, and the elderly were not spared his wrath. Their stories painted a chilling portrait of a predator who reveled in suffering. Under the cover of darkness, the attacks began. The beast moved through the shadows like a phantom, his presence heralded by a sudden chill. His attacks were a terrifying mix of physical violence and psychological torment. The beast's modus operandi was a chilling blend of cunning and cruelty. He was a master of disguise, his trademark rubber mask transforming him into a figure of nightmare. He took trophies from his victims, tangible reminders of his conquests. The Beast of Jersey's reign of terror left an indelible mark on the island. The physical scars healed, but the psychological wounds lingered. The island's sense of security was irreparably broken. The first attack sent a tremor through the Jersey police force. The investigation, spearheaded by Detective Inspector Leonard Nipper Red, faced an uphill battle. Evidence was scarce, witnesses traumatized, and the island provided ample cover for a cunning adversary. The Beast of Jersey seemed to revel in the fear he instilled. His attacks followed no discernible pattern, keeping the island on edge. The investigation became an intricate game of cat and mouse, the hunter and the hunted locked in a deadly dance across the island. Dead ends and false hope. The frustration mounts. As months turned into years, the initial wave of fear that had gripped the island began to morph into a weary resignation. The Beast of Jersey, like a malevolent spirit, seemed to defy capture, his legend growing with each passing attack. The police, despite their tireless efforts, seemed no closer to unmasking him, their frustration palpable. False leads became a cruel hallmark of the investigation. Every tip, every potential sighting, every whispered accusation was meticulously followed, only to lead to a dead end. The pressure on the police mounted, the lack of progress, fueling criticism from the media and a growing sense of disillusionment within the community. The investigation took its toll on the investigators. The long hours, the relentless pressure, the constant exposure to the darkest aspects of human nature, all took their toll. Detective Inspector Reed, his health deteriorating, refused to give up, driven by an unwavering determination to bring the perpetrator to justice. He knew that somewhere beneath the mask, behind the terror, was a human being, and he was determined to unmask him. The breakthrough, when it finally came, was almost anticlimactic. In December 1971, a routine traffic stop on a quiet country road would prove to be a pivotal moment in the Beast of Jersey investigation. The driver, a seemingly unremarkable man named Edward Paisnel, aroused the suspicions of the officers. A search of Paisnel's vehicle revealed a chilling collection of items, a handmade mask eerily similar to the one described by victims, a length of rope, and a collection of newspaper clippings detailing the beast's exploits. The officers, their instincts screaming, arrested Paisnel, their hearts pounding with a mixture of hope and disbelief. Could this unassuming man, known in the community for his charitable work, truly be the monster who had terrorized the island for over a decade? The arrest sent shockwaves through Jersey. Paisnel, a seemingly respectable family man, was the last person anyone would have suspected. As the police delved deeper into his life, a darker picture began to emerge. A hidden room in Paisnel's home revealed a trove of incriminating evidence, more masks, costumes, and a collection of photographs of his victims, their faces contorted in terror. The Beast of Jersey, it seemed, had finally been unmasked. The news of Edward Paisnel's arrest ripped through Jersey, leaving disbelief and betrayal. The man accused of being the Beast was no shadowy figure. He was a husband, a father, a seemingly upstanding member of the community. The mask of normalcy had slipped, revealing a monster. Paisnel, known for his charitable works, often dressed as Father Christmas. He was, by all appearances, a pillar of the community. The irony was not lost on the islanders. The man who brought joy to their children was the same man who subjected their loved ones to horrors. The man who emerged from beneath the mask was a study in contrasts. He was by turns arrogant and self-pitying. He attempted to portray himself as a victim, but the evidence painted a very different picture. As the initial shock of Paisnel's arrest subsided, the focus shifted to building a case against him. The police, armed with a search warrant, descended upon his seemingly ordinary residence. Inside, a labyrinth of secrets began to unravel. Behind a concealed door lay a trove of incriminating evidence. Masks, costumes, and bindings bore witness to meticulous planning. Photographs of his victims served as grim trophies. Diaries revealed a mind consumed by darkness. The evidence was overwhelming, irrefutable. The trial of Edward Paisnel, a landmark case that gripped the nation, began in November 1971. The courtroom, packed with journalists, legal professionals, and members of the public eager to witness justice being served, buzzed with anticipation. For the first time, the victims of the Beast of Jersey would have their day in court, their voices heard, their stories told. The island, still bearing the scars of Paisnel's reign of terror, held its breath. The prosecution, led by the Attorney General of Jersey, presented a compelling case, meticulously laying out the evidence against Paisnel. Witnesses, their voices trembling with a mixture of fear and anger, recounted their ordeals, their testimonies painting a harrowing picture of a man who derived pleasure from inflicting pain and terror. The masks, the costumes, the photographs, all were presented as damning evidence of Paisnel's guilt. The defense, faced with an overwhelming amount of evidence, attempted to portray Paisnel as a victim of mental illness, a man driven to commit these horrific acts by forces beyond his control. They argued that his seemingly normal life, his charitable works, were evidence of a fractured psyche, a desperate attempt to atone for the darkness that lurked within. But the jury, their faces grim, their eyes fixed on the man in the dock, seemed unconvinced. After weeks of testimony, of harrowing accounts and damning evidence, the jury retired to deliberate the fate of Edward Paisnel. The island held its breath, the weight of over a decade of fear and uncertainty hanging heavy in the air. The eyes of the world were on Jersey, watching and waiting for the verdict that would determine whether justice would be served. After 3 days of deliberation, the jury returned with their verdict: guilty. On 13 counts of assault, rape, and attempted rape, Edward Paisnel, the man who had terrorized Jersey as the Beast, was found guilty. A collective gasp filled the courtroom, followed by a stunned silence. The island, for so long held captive by fear, could finally breathe again. The judge, his voice echoing through the silent courtroom, sentenced Paisnel to 30 years in prison, a sentence that reflected the severity of his crimes and the lasting impact they had had on the island of Jersey. As Paisnel was led away, his face a mask of impassivity, a sense of relief washed over the courtroom. The Beast of Jersey was no more. His reign of terror was over. The capture and conviction of Edward Paisnel brought an end to his reign of terror. But it did little to quell the questions that swirled around him like a dense fog. How could a man who outwardly projected an image of respectability, of kindness even, harbour such darkness within? What drove him to commit such heinous acts, to inflict such terror on his own community? The answers, elusive and unsettling, lay buried deep within the labyrinth of Paisnel's psyche. Experts who studied Paisnel's case grappled with these questions, their analyses offering glimpses into the mind of a predator. Some theorized that Paisnel was driven by a potent cocktail of sadism and a pathological need for control. The meticulous planning, the deliberate infliction of fear, the trophies taken from his victims, all pointed to a man who derived pleasure from the suffering of others, who sought to dominate and control those around him. Others speculated that Paisnel's crimes were rooted in childhood trauma, a warped attempt to exercise his own inner demons. The masks, the costumes, the transformation into a grotesque caricature all hinted at a deep-seated psychological disturbance, a desire to escape the confines of his own identity and embrace a persona of fear and power. Section 2, Shadows of Doubt, Unanswered Questions and Lingering Mysteries. Paisnel's conviction brought closure, but doubts lingered. Did he act alone? The island's close-knit community seemed a breeding ground for secrets. Rumors of accomplices persisted, but were never substantiated. Unsolved crimes bore a chilling resemblance to Paisnel's methods. The Beast of Jersey case remains a haunting reminder of hidden darkness. Section 1. Echoes of Terror, the Beast of Jersey in popular culture. The Beast of Jersey left an indelible mark on the public consciousness, inspiring countless works of true crime, fiction, and academic study. The story became a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of innocence. True crime writers and novelists explored the case's unsettling details and psychological complexities. Filmmakers brought the Beast's reign of terror to life on screen, capturing the fear and resilience of the community. Section 2. Scars and Safeguards, the island's legacy of resilience. The Beast of Jersey's reign left a scar on the island, a reminder of darkness beneath the surface. From fear and trauma, resilience emerged, a determination to heal and rebuild. The case prompted a reassessment of safety measures on the island. Community policing initiatives were strengthened, street lighting was improved, public spaces made safer. The island emerged with a newfound awareness of the world's complexities. Parents became more protective, instilling caution in their children. The Beast of Jersey became a catalyst for positive change. His crimes forced the island to confront its vulnerabilities and appreciate peace. Section 1. The island remembers, the Beast of Jersey. Even today, the name hangs in the air like a ghost, a chilling reminder of the darkness that once gripped this idyllic island. Edward Paisnel, the man behind the mask, may be gone, his reign of terror brought to an end by the relentless pursuit of justice. But the scars he left run deep. They linger in the memories of those who lived through those terrifying years, a silent testament to the enduring power of fear. The island, however, refused to be defined by its darkest chapter. Like a delicate flower pushing through the cracks in a sidewalk, life found a way to bloom again. The laughter of children, once silenced by fear, returned to the streets, their carefree joy a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The community, shattered by Paisnel's betrayal, slowly began to knit itself back together, the threads of shared experience, of resilience and hope, weaving a new tapestry of strength. But the memory of the beast lingers, a cautionary tale whispered from one generation to the next. It serves as a reminder that evil can wear many faces, that darkness can lurk in the most unexpected places, and that even in paradise, vigilance is the price of peace. Section 2. Behind the Mask, a Monster's Truth. The true horror of the Beast of Jersey case lay not just in the brutality of the crimes, but in the chilling realization that the monster was not some shadowy figure lurking on the fringes of society, but a seemingly ordinary man living amongst them. Edward Paisnel, the charitable soul, the devoted family man, was revealed to be a master manipulator, a predator who used his outward respectability to conceal a heart of darkness. What drove Paisnel to commit such heinous acts? The answer, elusive and unsettling, likely lies buried deep within the labyrinth of his own psyche. Was it a perverse need for control, a sadistic desire to inflict pain and terror? Or was it something more complex? A twisted manifestation of childhood trauma, a desperate attempt to reclaim a sense of power in a world where he felt powerless. The questions linger, a source of endless fascination for criminologists and true crime enthusiasts alike. But perhaps the most disturbing truth is that there may be no rational explanation, no single event or trauma that can fully account for the depths of Paisnel's depravity. Some individuals, it seems, are simply wired differently. Their moral compass is irrevocably broken, their capacity for evil as boundless as it is terrifying. Section 3. Justice served, scars remain. The trial of Edward Paisnel brought closure to Jersey, a collective sigh of relief. Justice, though slow, had been served. But the scars of Paisnel's crimes ran deep. The victims, forever marked, carried the weight of their trauma. The island had to come to terms with the darkness. Security was forever shattered, replaced by vigilance. Yet a spirit of resilience emerged. The community found strength in unity. The Beast of Jersey became a catalyst for positive change. The island triumphed over darkness, proving the endurance of the human spirit. Please like, comment and share this video if you found it informative and engaging.